We're back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for a return this video to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. Now, I'm going to share with you guys a stock that is setting up to possibly explode based off of technicals. It's near its 52-week low and it's had some insider buying. But before we jump into the chart and everything about it, I want to share with you guys the home run of the day and the stocks I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And we're going to jump right back into it with this stock that is setting up to explode. So the home run of the day was spectacular. And we also had other stocks that gave realistic expectations of 10 to 20%. And if this is something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So I mentioned XERS, REDU, VVOS. This turned out to be our home run of the day. I was not chasing REDU if it didn't pick up momentum, but it's near its 52-week low, so it is something to watch moving forward. And then also I mentioned CASI on Friday afternoon. The news broke out that the CEO bought a large amount at a specific price, and the stock was a little bit above that, and it continued to push up a little bit higher today, and definitely one to continue to look at and monitor moving forward because it's had some insider buying. So let's go ahead and look at these charts. So these charts are charted with 42 vision. That's something I talk more about over at the Patreon, and you can gain access to if you're interested as well. The link is down below. By joining, you'll gain access to the community. And if this is something that you specifically want to get access to, you can go ahead and see all the videos and information that I share on how to gain access to it, because it's in a specific tier level called 42 Vision. So VVOS, we caught this one in the pre-market, and it was actually sitting sideways and bounced up 10 to 20% as it went towards the bell, pulled back, ran up again, pulled back again, and took off to a highest point of 40% plus at that peak, guys. That was phenomenal to start off the week for a Monday. Now, XERS, everything moved pretty quickly. This all happened in a matter of 30 minutes. It was pulling back towards the bell. We started watching it on this dip. It ran up for a 5 to 10% jump, pulled back down, and took off to a highest point of 12% plus. And again, this is being charted with 42 vision. Now, here we are with CASI, and CASI is one of those that we caught just a few minutes before the bell. It was sitting at 143 when we caught it, and it hit a highest point of 10% plus. If this is something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description, and we look forward to having you join us. Let's jump into these charts. The ticker symbol that's setting up to possibly explode further than it already has is SRGA. And this is a stock that I went ahead and drew this out so you could see where it broke out from, and that was the 52-week low. And it has so much more room to go based off of the information that is out there. We're going to look at it together because analysis price targets are pointing this one to the upside. And you also can see how the stock itself is setting up for that possible catalyst to continue going higher and continue pushing up. And the reason why is because it's been doing the staircase effect, as you can see here at these levels, and all it takes is for it to continue going upwards, hitting new resistance levels, and it could just continue that staircase and continue going higher. But what is the real reason this stock is moving? Well, one of the first things is how much insider buying has happened in the last year. So we're going to look at that together to go ahead and see why the stock is moving. And it's almost interesting because the stock has been falling, yet insiders have been buying. It's almost like they're averaging down, and then now they're just riding it back up. So on Friday, this went ahead and came out that President Terry Rich, which is the CEO, bought 98% more shares in SRGA Holdings, okay? SRGA Holdings. And this is super important. You can see it right there in the amount of the last 3 months, 1.1 million shares, and then you can see in the last 6 to 9 months 3.6 million in that time frame, almost $6 million in US dollars at the time. Now you can see here on Market Beat how it shows 1.7 million here, and then also another 700,000. So the stock has been getting a lot of insider buying all year long, and the most recent ones are right here, right on the 11th at an average price of 93 cents. On the 13th, average price of 91 cents. and you have others, right? Other directors buying at 95, at 103. So right now, when you really think about it, you know, they're only up a certain amount from those lows, right? And some of them are right back to it. Now, I don't think that they've unloaded yet because they would have to report it unless that's going to be delayed here and it'll show us when they sold. But I mean, they've been buying since the 150 mark, right? And some of them have actually just started buying. So I think that just by the insiders' behavior, you can see that there's probably potential here that they see and that we may not be aware of, and they know. I mean, they're in the company, they're the ones making the moves, and they're the ones innovating. So that goes to show that they've been pretty bullish all year round. Now, the other thing too, which I like these articles, I think they're kind of funny, but they're interesting, and they kind of hint something. It doesn't always mean it, but they say, do option traders know something about SRGA stock that we don't? It says investors on SRGA need to pay close attention to the stock based on the moves in the options market lately. That is because the September 17th, 2021 250 call options had some of the highest implied volatility of all equity options today. Now, that does not mean that the stock is going higher. That does not mean that it's actually going to, you know, explode. But when there's that much volatility, there could be some open interest. And if there's open interest, that's somebody betting, right? Or those people with the open interest that are there parking their cash in that option for that specific time frame. They're the ones that are betting that the stock is going to go higher. Now, when did they start buying? Because if they bought down here or around here, then yeah, that's why it's implied volatility is happening and they might have just cashed out already. But the other thing too is this came out this morning. So we need to see how it continues. But the fact that they're aiming for that, that means that they're betting that it's going to get closer to 250. It doesn't always have to get to 250, but it can get closer to it or push up in that direction. So super interesting stuff so far with those articles, with the insider buying. And we're going to look at analysis price targets, and then we're going to look at the chart and everything about it. So this is one of the stocks I mentioned this weekend over at the Patreon. So if you guys want to know the weekly watch list, you also gain access to that as well by joining the community. But this was at 133 at the time of me actually doing this screenshot, but analysis ratings have not changed since then. The only thing that's changed is the price, right? It's right now currently at 125. So right now it's showing 6 ratings of buys, 0 hold, 0 sell. The average is 342, the lowest is 250, and the highest is $4. Kind of interesting there that those are going towards that specific call option of 250 for September 17th. So that also has me kind of, you know, watching this closely. But analysis price targets are pointing this one to the upside, showing a highest point of nearly 200% plus and an average of 157, guys. So this is definitely something to be watching moving forward. This has potential to continue going higher. And what is it that I'm liking the most? Well, the 52-week low was hit not too long ago at the 90 and 88 cent range. It started to pick up volume, came back down to 94, and it's just been ripping since. And it's actually going back downwards. What it needs to do is show strength and not break through $1, okay? But before getting to $1, I would also watch at 109 how this is reacting between today's support of 120 and 109 to see if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are tearing this one down fairly fast and getting closer to $1. But as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.